I give the floor to Ricky. Ricky is the
Yeah,
moderator, and Marcelo and Martha the guest speaker. Thank
yeah.
you. So you can go, Ricky.
Okay, I can start. All
Yes,
right.
I took my screenshot,
Oh,
so
great. Yes. Hello, everyone. So my name is Ricky Tai, and today I'm the moderator for this session, session number 3, virtual session for the young members group in preparation of the FIP symposium in Antibes. So yeah, as I said before, today we have two guest speakers, and myself, I'm the moderator. So the first guest speaker is Dr. Marta Del Zoppo. She's an assistant professor at the University of Naples, Federico II. Also, she's chair of the FIB Italy group, the young members group. And she's also board member of the FIB International Young Members Group. The second guest speaker is our president, Dr. Marcelo Mello. He's a professor at the Federal University of Rio de Janeiro. Also, he's a partner at Casa Grande, and please forgive me if I pronounce it wrong, Engenharia. And as I said, he's the chair of the FIB International Young Members Group. And I myself today, I'm the moderator. I'm a researcher at the Netherlands Organization for Applied Scientific Research. And I'm the deputy chair of the FIB International Young Members Group. So what's the idea of today, this session? First, we start with an opening to explain what we'll do. Then followed by two presentations of about 15 minutes by Marta and Marcelo. And then we have our interactive poll. So we have an interactive poll, and we use the phone to vote. And a discussion is included with the group, but it will be guided with the poll. And then we end with our wrap of this session. So what are the objectives of the session? So yeah, it's about the strategic vision and priorities of the FIB Young Members Group. So we do assessment of that and also explore some opportunities to refine them where appropriate. That's one of the objectives. A second one is to generate ideas for initiatives that can strengthen and advance the goals of the Young Members Group. Then I would like to give the floor to the first speaker, Dr. Marta Del Zoppo. Could you please share your screen and begin the presentation?
Yes, thank you, Ricky, for the introduction, and good afternoon, everyone. So, so we start this really interesting initiative in the context of the FIB Symposium, talking about the future perspectives of the FIB Young Members Group. And to start talking about the future, I think it's important also to recall something about the past. So, why the FIB Young Members Group was being created, which were the original missions and objectives, and what we did so far. So for who don't know us up to now, so we started the activities officially in 2017 under the input of the president of the time, which was Professor Hugo Corres, and of course the secretary of the FIB, David Fernandez Ordóñez. This activity started in Madrid during one of the FIB events, and during years we met several times trying to, let's say, reach out with the original mission that and the scope of the group. So these are briefly the ideas that were considered when the group was established. So the idea was basically to create a network of young people at international level. Of course, young people working in the field of structural concrete, reinforced concrete, so all the activities that are related to the FIB works. Why? because the idea is to integrate and try to engage young people in the FIB activities, which are, of course, as you may know, the commissions and the task groups. So if you go on the FIB website, you will find that there are several commissions, and among commissions, several task groups working on really specific topics. And of course, improving in research and practice in these topics then produce advances in the terms of guidelines like bulletins, model codes, and then even Euro codes. So the activities of the young groups, of course, is to try to engage with a senior, let's say, international group, but also to meet among us, organizing activities that allow socialization and gatherings, like workshop and in-person meetings, but also virtual meetings that we had over time, and encouraging the connection between different countries, trying to develop also new opportunities to work and study together. And this is something that we did also in the past. And of course, beside the international activities that we conduct, the idea is to develop and establish also national young members group in the countries that work in the framework of the FIB, to develop also activities at national level, so create networking at national level. So over the years, we had several meetings. Most of them were developed and during the FIB official events, like the symposium that we had in Krakow, or the last that we have in New Zealand. But we also had some meetings in Turkey, and at least during the symposium in Istanbul. And of course, in these events, beside, of course, the meetings, to organize the activities, try to understand what we can do together. We also had the chance to organize technical visits in labs, or some technical fits that we can find in different locations. And also, it's a nice opportunity to have some social gatherings all together, so socialize and also establish some solid friendships that I'd say they are still lasting over the years. So during these 8 years now from the establishment of the group, several events have been conducted, some physically during the FIB symposia or congress or PhD symposium, but also virtually. Because, of course, as young people, we don't have money to organize physical meetings so often. So most of the meetings are mainly happening virtually. And of course, during COVID time, we had also the chance to organize some virtual gatherings like this web party that were organized by the board of the time. Beside these, let's say, social activities, of course, one of the other aspects of the mission of the Young Members Group is trying to disseminate knowledge, as the FIB does, of course, based on the activities that we conduct. So over the year, we organized a series of webinars that are online on the YouTube channel of the FIB. So if you're interested, you can have a look at what we offer over here. So here you can find some screens of actual members of the Young Members Group that contributed with their knowledge and their research activities to disseminate and creating this nice reference that can be used also for other researchers all over the world. And also some challenges for young people, also in the framework of bachelor and master students, so really, really young people, but also more established researchers and practitioners in the forms of competitions that have been organized in 2 editions up to now, having a quite nice participation internationally with more or less 20 groups for each competition participating, and then of course leading to premiation, so an awarding of the most interesting, most valuable products of this competition during FIB organized events. So another activity that is also going on and started a few years ago, but is still going on, is the creation of the podcast, which is also a quite nice and interesting way of disseminating the FIB activities through the FIB Stories podcast series, where eminent FIB members are, let's say, interviewed, not to provide also their point of view about the FIB activities and their path beside in the FIB framework and family. And also the podcast about rising stars, were nice interviews about young people that make the difference in the field of their research activity. So also this can be found online on the FIB webpage if you're interested. So over these years, we did a lot, of course, trying to provide also information to the audience, no? Creating these events that are publicly disseminated. But also we start creating, producing the original mission and the objective of the young members group, that was to include young people in the FIB activities. And now you can see a list of task groups that are led or co-led by young members of the group that today play an active role in the FIB activities, leading some task groups and making part of different kind of commissions. So they giving their own contribute to the FIB world. So we said that the FIB Young Members Group internationally works through these kind of activities, but then the other objective was to establish Young Members Group locally. And over the years, several activities were, several Young Members Group were established in different countries. Here there are just some examples that you can find even online. And one of these is the Italian Young Members Group that I'm happy to lead since 2018 when the group was created. So this is just an idea to give you a perspective of some activities that can be carried out at national level. This is the experience that we had in Italy, but of course each country is different. So we observe that, speaking among us, that every country has its own way of developing activities based on the geographical distribution of the members and also the academic representation or more practitioner representation inside the members. So the kind of activities can be developed in different ways. So for our experience, what the Italian Young Members Group did and is doing over these years. So we created a conference. So it's a national event called Symposium on Concrete and Concrete Structure that takes place every 2 years. And this is our way to meet, because without funding it's not easy to interact easily. So our way to have physical meetings is through this kind of event, which is targeted to young people. So only young people could participate. So we started in 2019. And here you can see a screen of the participants. And then we continued over the years. So in 2022 in Rome, and then in 2024 in Turin. And we see also the number of participants is growing over time, because of course people are knowing our activities and are more engaged and participate more to the activities at national level. Here you can see also a picture of the Italian board, so the board of the Italian Young Members Group, which actively participate in the events organization. This kind of event, beside the dissemination local dissemination of the research activities of the participant, is also disseminated in the form of physical proceedings that are published by the FIB, so you can find them online on the FIB webpage as well for all the 3 events, and they are also indexed on Scopus, so it's also interesting for the participant to have a large impact of their activities also in their participation to our activities. We did some online seminars on different kind of topics that could be, let's say, a new frontier in the field of research, of course, on concrete and reinforced concrete structures. So beside the FIB scope, no? And then we, as a national group, support the FIB events that are organized in Italy. This is an example of the PhD Symposium, which is an event organized by the FIB that in 2022 was hosted in Rome, at University of Roma Tor Vergata. And of course, the Young Members Group was actively involved in the organization. Here you can see a picture with some of the Presidium members, and the president of that time, Akio Kasuga, participated, of course, to the symposium. The activities of the Italian Young Members Group, of course, keep going on. The next activity that we are going to organize will take in next September in Naples is the fourth edition of our Symposium on Concrete and Concrete Structures. So this is a national event, but of course, if you're interested, you can also join, because the event will be developed in English, so it's open to actually everyone. And of course, we will also be supporting the next official FIB event that will be hosted in Lecco, in Italy, which is the Symposium on Conceptual Design of Concrete Structure that was recently organized in Brazil, and the next edition will be in Italy. So we will be ready to support the FIB international organization also for this kind of event. So this is basically an overview of what we have done, what we do, and the kind of impact that we can have on the people that join and the Young Members Group. So thank you for listening, and I leave the floor to Vicky, I think, for the next presentation. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Marta. It's a very nice presentation. I think it gives us a good overview of all the activities of the Young Members Group. But also I find it very impressive of the group of Italy, the Italian Young Members Group.
Thank you.
I think it could be a model for a lot of other countries. Okay, there's a question. Yeah, then thank you. Please, George, I think, right?
How are you? Fine, thank you very much. It's not a question, just something to complete what Marta said. Indeed, the competitions that she organized were a very great event to gather all young researchers worldwide. So I really appreciated this effort, and I invite here also to organize more and more competition, because it is really a great opportunity for young researchers. Thank you, Marta, for all your efforts for the young researchers worldwide. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. And also thank you for your support, because as I didn't go much in detail of the competition, but the second competition that we had actually was proposed, the topic was proposed by George during the FIB Symposium in 2023 in Istanbul, where this topic about the post-disaster reconstruction, which is a really hot topic and also socially valuable topic of investigation, was proposed. So thank you, George, for your participation.
No, it was just to say thank you, Marta, for your efforts also with the young researchers worldwide. Continue, please.
Yes, but also thank you, George, for the comment. So I noted down, because this is a session that we will use for further development of the Young Members Groups. So then, please, Marcelo.
I think Irene has raised her hand.
Sorry.
Hello, Irene.
It took me some time to raise the hand. It's very impressive, everything that is being done. I was not aware of everything. So my question was more about if there's something being done actively in terms of having more women in the association, and not only maybe gender, but also other less represented groups, because in the end, even though it's an international association, the truth is that there's more countries represented than others, right? So just wondering about that.
Let's say that, of course, the participation to the FIB activities is volunteer. So, of course, anyone can join if interested, and there's not any kind of gender unbalance. I mean, volunteered. I mean, as a volunteer action by the organization. And of course, there is also, I mean, you can find online a list of members, states, countries that are members of the FIB. Of course, also in this case, there is a fee to pay. So, of course, in the countries that join the FIB basically are paying a fee. So this is a choice at the national level. But say that, I say I'm seeing the FIB. Of course, in the young members group, maybe females are not really well represented, but again, it's a matter of who is volunteering for doing what. But if you look at the main organization, the international level, international FIB, and you look at the presidium, you will find a lot of women that have really high positions. So up to now, we have the first, I think she's the first president of the FIB, which is Iria from Brazil, and of course Iria Doniak from Brazil, and she is the first female president of the FIB, and the next one will be another woman, which is Agnieszka. So not really easy. I mean, it's not easy to pronounce the name. So I would say Agnieszka from the Netherlands. So from this point of view, I see in the FIB a lot of open mind perspective in terms of gender balance. So this is an inspiration, I think, also for us young female and young women that we are trying to work in this kind of organization. I don't know if I will answer to your question.
Yeah. No, I think it's true that in the end it's volunteer, but I guess even though in the presidium, yeah, there's Agnieszka and there's Iria, and the secretary is also a woman, right? But still, I think there's some work to be done. I guess it's not only FIB, I guess it's in engineering in general, and that there's this imbalance.
Good comment, and in the discussions late in the interactive poll, we talk more about it. Yeah. Thank you. Marcelo, please.
So yeah, I want to first thank Rick for the introduction and Marta for the great presentation. And well, I think so we won't overlap what we talked about, but it's just Marta told what has been done until now, and well, my the talk will be more into future perspectives of the young members group and what can be improved and what is our strategic vision. Something that Iria is strongly, the current FIB president is strongly advising for the presidium to FIB be viewed as an institution that has a strategic plan for the future. So this is it. So first, well, what we are right now at the moment. So we are international network that keeps expanding. We have 17 board members around the world, more than 110 young members in the young members group database, and from 45 different countries. So here you can see that Italy has the most participation, but we had a few from all over the world. So this is a picture from Marta also presented. The last symposium on FIB had a special session for the young members group and was quite popular. So this is what we do until now. This is the working groups, the podcasts, the webinars, the conferences, the competitions, well, the meetings, the online community, and also the national network, national young members group that are developed in a few countries, and also the mentoring and support from the more experienced professionals and researchers in the FIB. So as Marta showed, the Young Members Group has a strong foundation, but I think it's time to go forward. We want to go a step forward and improve this organization. But how is a question that we need to make for ourselves, and how do we want to do it? The growth has been organic organic until now, but I think requires a bit of structure. How we're gonna do this? We're gonna meet, when we're gonna meet, what we're gonna do, and well, to organize this as an organization as it is. And well, the goal is to build the next generation of structural engineers, both in terms of research and practice. So I prepare a few slides with our mission, our vision, and that kind of stuff that we want to debate in the next part of the session. But here's a few ideas what I have in mind as a mission and a vision and a strategic plan of FIB. So on the young members group. So the mission is to be the future of FIB institution, not only the future in well, building the bulletins and participation in the test groups, but also being on the technical council, being on the presidium. So they wanted us to continue FIB as an institution. So to be the well, so the FIB don't lose its importance over the time. So we take over after they don't want to participate. The people that created it don't want to participate anymore. So we want to empower and connect the young researchers, and we foster international collaboration, knowledge sharing, and active participation on every FIB activity. We want to encourage and support the young members to participate in professional activities, commissions, and task groups within the FIB. So this is, I think it's the mission, something similar to what is written on in our page. It's important. So the vision, where do we want to go? So we want to be an integral part of the FIB, embedded on the FIB activities. So we want to be recognized as a part of FIB, not the young members group. So to be recognized as a community that promotes knowledge dissemination on concrete structures, connect young engineers all over the world. We want to exchange ideas between ourselves and build professional and not only professional, but relationships in general on relevant fields of expertise for everyone. What the values, what we stand for. So we want to be recognized. What this technical excellence, the diversity, as Irene was saying, inclusion and equity between different parts of the world and different parts of the concrete community. To have knowledge sharing and innovation, and to foster intergenerational collaboration between the young members and the experienced professionals and researchers on FIB. So the strategic objectives, I think this is part is key. So what do we want to achieve as an organization and on the young members group? I think one important thing to do is improve communication. This is what I found difficult within now being chair of the young members group. It's really hard to communicate between us. We're having only meetings every 3 months. We don't have a direct channel of communication. Even without this technology, it's difficult for us to organize something with the because communication is difficult. I think this is something that we need to improve. Organize at least 2 annual activity. So I think this still happens, but we need to organize what do we want to do in the beginning of the year. So what we want to do this year? It's going to be a webinar, a workshop, a competition, what we want to do. So organize this as an objective in the beginning of the year. Develop partnership with universities, research centers, and industries to support the young members. So all the members are already in some university, research center, or in the industry, and maybe those institutions can help the young members group somehow. This has been done so far, but I think it can be improved as a strategic objective. strengthen the cooperation within FIB national groups. So I think as Italy is doing very well, I think other parts of the world are not doing so much. So I talk with people from every country, and some people even here in Brazil, the national group doesn't it's not very well connected with the young members group. So I think this is a point to improve. Consolidate the national young member group. So this is organic. It has to be well developed. I think the events on the countries help that a lot. So after the event happens, people grow interest on the FIB. I think it's happening here in Brazil after the conceptual design. People came to talk to me and say, "Oh, how do I get in touch?" People sometimes don't know, and I think this is a good thing that the national groups create the young members group and disseminate it within their countries, and also strengthen integration with the FIB commissions. So the initiatives, how do we achieve these goals? So I think there's integration, develop ways for young members to get into commissions and task groups. I think I already talked to this about this on the presidium. So people sometimes get rejected on on task groups and commissions because they don't have a lot of experience. But yeah, the young engineers, they also have sometimes they don't have the experience, but they have the time to actually work on the topic. So I think the young engineers are very important for these commissions and so the work would continue. So this is a good important thing. Mentoring. So expand the mentoring program with experienced professionals. This is an objective, this is a goal, but this doesn't often happens. So we don't have a meeting about mentoring. It happens on the symposiums, on the events, but not on a organized way. Host dedicated young members group sessions on FIB symposium and congress. So this is happening right now and will happen in Antibes. So this has been done and it's important. The peer circle is something that was idea by Sylvia Kessler and Agnieszka. So this will be starting now. We'll talk more about this in the future. This is a concept being created by them. They said, "Oh, this is something that would work for you. Is this interesting for you?" So to create an informal space. So we need to develop how this is going to be done, but PhD candidates and professionals can connect, exchange ideas, and build the relationships within their field. So create this peer circle, which is people that have same interests, they meet and they exchange ideas within the international level. I think this would create a lot of reach the goals of the young members group. Would be very nice. And communication, well, we can strengthen the podcast so people would get more engaged. The webinars, so people would know each other as we're gonna do this here in the interactive session. Maybe create a newsletter to communicate what we are doing, and we need to create a clear online calendar. So this is something that we don't have. Sometimes I said, "Oh, it's been a while since we don't have a last meeting, so let's create one." It's supposed to be every 3 months, but sometimes it doesn't happen. We need to create this clear online event calendar. So I think this is important. So how we monitor our goals, how we achieve our goals. So we have surveys, engagement metrics. I think this was something people don't know. We reached 500 downloads of the podcast. So I think it's a good engagement metric. Yeah, and download is something that is not people usually stream it, not download the podcast, but we have 500 downloads, so it's quite good number. And we need to track membership growth and participants rates, because sometimes they don't get involved and they leave after a year or so. So we don't know that. Maybe we should track this participation rate, and if we have more members and who left, we don't know that yet. So I think we should keep track of that. So here's a last slide. So this is a strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats analysis that I think it's some points that I think it's important. So our strength, we have a strong global network. We have access to top experts and mentors on our field. Well, this is great. We have some established events like the PhD Symposium, the Conceptual Design. Podcast is not an event, but it's an established activity. The opportunities, the growth of National Young Members Group, something that needs to be done. The emerging technologies, we can use that to grow and to become better. So AI in build information modeling. We can grow on collaboration in industry and academia. Our weaknesses are, well, we have limited visibility in some regions. For example, here in South America, it's not very strong. In Africa, I think the FIB has some limited visibility as well. So this can grow. We are dependent on volunteer effort. This is something that can change, but we need to make the volunteers more engaged. We lacked structured governance, so we have this chair, deputy chair, the secretary, but it's not, we don't have a structured governance. And the threats, with the risk of stagnation with stronger integration, decreasing engagement. If you don't meet and we don't do anything, people would leave and the participants drop out. So people would stay for a year, and if they don't see a lot going on, they can leave. So this is to summarize it all. So I think this was my presentation. This is something that I think it would be important for us to discuss in this next part. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Marcelo, for the very nice presentation, showing your vision with us. A lot of information. I see a lot of good points and that we can work on. I don't have a question, but a comment. I think it's great to see so many ideas from you, Marcelo. But I think we have to structure it in a way that we can also achieve it. And yeah, so there are a lot of objectives. How do you envision that we can achieve it as a group? Because we cannot put it all on you or me or select few people.
Yeah, I think this is something that an important meeting with the young members to have maybe to form a group with people that want to do it within the board members or with the members in general. So let's have a group of people that want to that are good on that, because this is a skill that we don't have as a structural engineer or a civil engineer, right? To structure institution. This is something that people need. Is something that maybe someone that is good on that can help us build this strategic vision. And some of those suggestions I talked about. Maybe it has an online calendar, improve the communication and those things. But we should maybe create a group to work on that, to work as to improve this strategic vision.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I think we could do have a group to work on maybe globally on the strategic vision, or perhaps to have task groups specifically for one goal. For example, task group newsletter or task group calendar. So that it's there are also people that will feel responsible for keep doing it.
Yeah.
If we just have all the plans but there's no clear action holder, there's a threat that everyone will wait. So
Yes.
that's what I
Yes.
think. Yeah,
I agree.
but I see two other questions. Irene.
Sorry, yes, actually, my point was around what you just mentioned. So I was gonna ask if there's like in the same way that different commissions have task groups, the young members group, I understand that doesn't have task groups, right? Subgroups.
We had actually. So we had some small task group with different duties, like for instance the webinars, the podcasts. So we organized different groups that worked on different kind of activities, like also the competitions. So we had in the past, then some of the activities, these activities didn't going on. Like for instance, the webinars, the competition also is. I mean, now we don't have any ongoing competition. So once an activity is proposed, then a small task group. I mean, in the past was created, but of course. I don't know now, maybe this could be also an option. So people know exactly, I mean, we know exactly who is carrying on something, for instance, also the management of the social channels. So we had different kind of responsibility. You, of course, need to consider that the young members group is in evolution because we grow. For instance, I'm borderline in the definition of young. So, and also many of my past birth colleagues and also, I would say, friends today are moving to other activities, so they are not anymore in the young members group. So, of course, we change, and the new duties, new people should be included and engaged in the different activities of the group.
Yeah, I think it's very important to have we have the outflow of the group, but we also need to have sufficient inflow and active people. Yeah, I will note that down too. And does that answer your question, or do you have something else to comment?
Yeah, no, I think it's a good point, and I think that the organization of task groups works well also because then Marcelo and Enrique, you don't have the accountability on all the tasks on the one hand, but also you mentioned how we can allow young members to join commissions, right? And let's say grow in the hierarchy in FIP. So maybe leading some task groups in the young members group can then give the experience to later take more leadership in other commissions. So I think that's a good idea of having the task groups. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've noted
Agree.
it down. Um, then we are tight on time, but I think these discussions are very valuable. So I propose we do the questions of Yannick and Kasperi and then move on to the next part. So first, Yannick, you have a question?
I think that it was Casper first, but I can ask my question. It's a small question. I was wondering what can motivate young person to get involved this day. Can it be possible to imagine that our group can help young member to find job, to find internship by the network?
I think, I think in our discussion group, sometimes people post like opportunities for PhD opportunities, research jobs. Sometimes people post that on our network, so it help. It's not very often, but it happens. It happens.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, so it's on the FIB webpage. You have this group, you have the young members group, and there you can post. But I do think Yannick says, as a young person, you're not even member yet of the FIB, but you have to be motivated to join. But before you join, you cannot go to the board. So that's a issue, I think, right?
Yes.
For example, I'm a student. I look for internship, but if I'm not member of the young
FIB.
members group, I cannot see what's on the board. So I think there's a little bit of a disparity.
Yes.
But we can think about these things. Yeah, yeah. Later
In
on in the
in,
poll,
Fr
you can. Yeah.
in France, FIB is not well known in civil engineering school
Yeah.
in France.
In Brazil is something that well, people they see FIB as a thing like very far apart from them. Something that they have the books and then they do this kind of stuff over there, but it's something that is not for us to reach. You know, that's what I
Exactly.
had in mind before participating
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. And yeah, Yannick, I would request you to keep this point in mind, and later in the poll you can put
Exactly. Yes.
this point, and then we can that we don't forget it. Then the next question, Kasperi.
Yeah, hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Greetings from Finland. We started the local young members group this year with the help of our local Finnish concrete association, and we had the first almost live meeting. So we had 3 locations connected with Teams, and we had without that many or that much advertising, even 15 interested people. So I think it's just it's good idea to get more of those local or national groups. And then on the FIB website and the forum there, I think that's or it has been quite hard to follow the group or board during last couple of years, because I think from last year there is like 1 minute of meetings from and so on. So yeah, some maybe some other platform. I'm not sure if it's like LinkedIn group or something, which would be a little bit more interactive than
Yeah, yeah, I
forum.
agree with your point, Kasperi.
Yeah, we talked about creating a LinkedIn page last time, right, Rick? I think it's important. The FIB discussion pages, people post there and there's no reply. Usually, it's a bit hard to follow if something was posted. Yeah, I think I agree.
Yeah, yeah, totally agree. And please also, Kasperi, keep this in mind, and you can send this in the poll later. So for the discussions, I said Kasperi was the last question, but I see Felipe. You can do the question. Yeah.
Uh, Hello.
Hi.
My question is from Marcel. I mean, I am interested in participate of the FIB Young Members Group. How can I join in the group in Brazil here?
Well, the group here in Brazil, you can join the international group because the group here in Brazil needs to be established as a group before. So first, I think we should join the international, and then if when we see enough people from Brazil within the young members group, I think we can create our national group. I don't know if that was how it was created in Italy, or was first created within the national group and then they moved to the international. I don't know.
So yes, in Italy we created this at national level. So we started with a small group, of course, under the pressure of the Italian FIB members like Marco Di Prisco, so people of the Presidium that are from Italy, started pushing us to create the group, and then of course we slowly created the group that we are now. So, but it started locally, so not internationally.
Right, because here we have only a few only a few people, so it would be like a very small gathering to start this group. But we can do it. But I think first it would be a good thing for you to join the international young members group.
Mm. Yeah. All right. Thank you for the question. Then I would like to proceed to the next part of the session, which is an interactive poll. For that, I would like to use an app. It's called Menti. So I would like to ask everyone if you have your smartphone with you to scan the QR code and log in to the Menti. And if you don't have the smartphone, go to the browser, menti.com, and enter the code there. That's how you join the poll. I propose that we just start, and if the last member can still join with the code on top of the screen. So with your phone, you can participate in the poll. So a warm up to see where everyone is from. And yeah, I think it's interactive, so you can see the results immediately. Now we want to get an overview of who is here in the meeting. I think it also with the point that Irene made earlier, we also should consider diversity and inclusivity, and this is one of the things. It's gender, but can also be location based, and those are also things that we have to think about when we organize things. We have 10 responses. Maybe the one will come later, but I'd like to proceed. But I see I was the one that did not answer. But we're with a lot of Europe, so that's also interesting to see that we have a good representation of Europe, but actually we'd like to see more global international participation. And on the next question, I'd like to know about how many interactions you had with the Young Members Group in the last 12 months. Could be podcasts or like now. Yeah, actually everyone here now at least have one, as one. But I think for voting, we do not count this meeting. So for me, it's 0 because it's the first one I participate. So I see also here the people, the most of people have very few interactions if you only look at the last 12 months, and that is something, we as a group can work together on. And then this is what I think Marcelo and me are very interested in. So also in the presentation of Marta and Marcelo, we showed the 5 objectives of the Young Members Group. It's also on the website. We're interested in how you rank these objectives. What is most important to you? And the most important thing, please put it at 1. I think this question takes more time because it's to rank stuff. But we do see a clear favorite. So this could also be input for when we look at the vision of the Young Members Group again, Marcelo.
Yes.
And also, if we want to do new initiatives, we can. If there's too much, we can prioritize based also on this input. But I must say that we're here with 13 people, so it's also not the maybe not representative of all members what they would like to see. So maybe you can also send a poll later to ask these questions.
Yeah.
9 out of 13 people have answered. There to me there I can see there's a clear favorite, and actually for me that was also the first. I think that's the most important objective of the YMG. Due to time, I will proceed to the next question. And this is a word cloud, so you can put in as many words you would like, so that it's unlimited. And the question is, what would you like? What would make you more likely to participate in Young Member Group activities? So what is the hinder, the obstacle now?
You mean what is the obstacle to participate?
Yeah, that could also be, yeah.
Okay.
Or what would make you more likely to participate? Hmm?
Can I add something while we are seeing this?
Yes, of course.
Because I see a lot of, I see a lot of suggestions related to research. But okay, so the Young Members Group is not a research group. Okay, so of course the FIB internationally have the task groups and commission where again we don't do research, but basically we work together to export our research outputs into something that can be useful for the community. And in this context, some kind of new connection can also start. So you can meet other people from different universities and then start something, some research activity together that is starting in the FIB framework, but develops outside in a different context with different funding solution and everything. But the Young Members Group itself, of course, has not this kind of initiative. So it's just
I agree. Yeah. It's not the objective of Young Members Group, but I do think if a lot of members think that's important, we could make the link. For example, one of the things is to put more focus on making a good pathway from the young members towards the working groups and the task groups, and that is one of the things that is our objective. So very good point, Marta, but also good to see that it's important to them, and then we can think of activities related to that. Yeah. On the screen, we already have a lot of input. Let's see if I can see some main themes.
I have a question about
Yes.
the point that your member group, the point is not research. As a PhD student, if I want to be in a young member group, what will be my motivation?
So this is a right question, and this is probably the main reason why many people do not join in the end. Because of course, as PhD student, and I see also now something as written like writing papers or something together. Well, you write paper on your stuff. Of course, in the Young Members Group, what you find new people, new connection. So maybe you know me, you know that I'm working on tsunami, you like to work on tsunami, and then we decide to work together or something. But this is something that we create here, but we let develop outside. Okay, so the Young Members Group is a network of young people that will go and will become some important people maybe in the future in academia or also as a professional, because the Young Members Group is not only about academia. The FIB is not made by academic people. There are also practitioner people that work in companies. For instance, both last presidents, but even now the president, Iria, she's not an academic. The previous president from Australia was not an academic, and then also from Japan. They are people that work in the field. So the FIB is nice because it's merging these two worlds of research and practice, no? And you find this in a small related world in the young members group. So you know new people, and then from this new connection, you can develop something if you want to, of course. So it's really up to you. As I said, this is a volunteer activity, so there is not a real output in terms of practical papers or something if you don't want to. But if you want, you can create something. But this is not the main objective of the group. So the group is just creating the network. Then what you do inside is based on your skills, your personality, your capacity to develop and produce something that is new, that is interesting, that is important. And the FIB gives you, and the young members group also, gives you the opportunity of visibility. So in this context, for instance, I had the chance to do some webinars. I had the chance to show my work and engage with a lot of people. Some people, for instance, had the opportunity to apply for Marie Curie programs because they met something in the senior group that promoted them as promoted to be supervisor for their Marie Curie program, and so they started and won European project. So this is the key aspect, that you know people and have new contacts and friends, because actually we are friends from Russia, from Ukraine, from Turkey, from, I don't know, Malaysia, Japan, Indonesia. So we created a network of people that like to work and could work together. So this is the idea of the young members group.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Marcelo wants to add something. I think
I was muted there. Maybe we can create an environment so people would can meet that they have same interested. So people would know what they work on. Because sometimes, like Yannick asked you today, what do you work on? Because he doesn't know. Maybe people should know what we do and what's your work field, so we can have this. You work on the same topic as I do, so let's talk. We don't have that. So maybe we can build this environment.
This is the idea indeed of the meetings. So usually beside the physical meeting in the symposiums, also the online meetings, usually they're not just board meetings. I mean, in the past we had some social gatherings that were mainly oriented to know each other. So I know people from Serbia, for instance. I met Nikola Tosic from Serbia in the context of FIB, and then starting from that, I asked him support when I wrote my Marie Curie fellowship, because he got one, and then he supported me for my for writing my proposal. And then when I did the symposium, the last in Turin, I invited him to do a keynote lecture during the symposium. So things start going on. Because we know each other and what we do, but this starts in these meetings like this, more or less.
Yes, but I think maybe this could be written online somewhere, that people can someone that works in this field, so I can look it online and find out someone that would do that.
Yeah, or even in a more extreme case, we can start a task group within a YMG task group that's promotes this environment. It could also be like that. But yeah, now it's good that we get input from people that what they would like to have, and then we can develop that further, I think.
Rick, there's one raised hand, I think.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. I had a question about the responsibility of a young FIB member, and what is expected from someone who participates in the organization.
You want to answer, Marcelo?
Well, I think that's not the responsibility, something that you have to do. You do, but there's something that you can do. You don't have any responsibilities. Maybe we should create some, but we don't have to do anything. But you get connected and you can do within the network. But you don't have any responsibility when you join.
Yes, volunteering, and if you want to
Yes, it's
contribute,
volunteers, so you don't.
if you want to contribute, and
you contribute as much as you want. As
Okay. And are there different groups, or is it just like one main?
Now I
No,
think
it's
at the
just one
moment we
main.
only have the one main, but maybe in the future we will do other groups. And if you have ideas, at the end I will also elaborate a little bit more on that. So that, yeah, I checked the answers in the meantime. I think they're quite diverse, but I would like to maybe ask a few. So there was one comment, not just civil engineer. Does someone who answered, who put that input wants to elaborate on that? What do you mean with that?
Oh yes, I put that. So I mean, if you're a mechanical engineer or industrial engineer or some other engineer, they are
Okay.
interested.
I think
So
FIB
that's
is mainly related to structural concrete,
okay.
but yeah. So
All
I
right.
think the main focus is not per se civil engineer. Researchers are also are not engineers, so they're also welcome. But I think the main focus is structural concrete.
Yeah, but maybe a chemical engineer that works with concrete then can also be related. So it's not, yeah.
But in any
That's
way,
also true.
an official restriction. I mean, anyone asks you exactly who you are when you join, then I mean, it's again a matter of you're interested in what the interest in what is done. And yeah, this is mainly the concrete also from a material point of view. So civil, material, chemical definitely are more interested. But if you are a mechanical engineer, but you are here, maybe you have an interest as well. I don't know.
Perhaps, yeah. Also, I would like to ask durability projects. What is
Yeah, it
meant
was
with that?
me. I was wondering if there are like some. Well, I didn't know that there's like only one main group, and I was wondering if there were like more oriented durability, like structure durability or performance related topics or groups or webinars. If there is something done related to this, because I work on this and I'm interested in meeting people and collaborating on this kind of topics.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is also related to some the discussion with Yannick is like getting the people that work on similar topics together so they can help each other or support each other, or in the case of what's with Marta, that she really got help for getting the Marie Curie grant. And we see that it's
Yeah.
there's a request, there's a wish for that. So we take that with us. You wanted to comment, Marta?
Yes, I would like to say that if you explore a bit the FIB commission, there is Commission 8, which is on durability. And inside Commission 8, I think there are several task groups, 12, no, 6 task groups. So if you're interested, you can join, you can ask, I mean, even if you're not a young member group, in the young members group, you can, of course, apply. You can apply for the task group of the FIB and based on your interest. And then you can start collaborating with people that work on your specific topic of interest, because you will see there are like 12 commission with several task groups. So the task group are really detailed and works on very specific topics. So this is the right context where you can find people that works on the same field of yours, and then where you can start contributing, finding new collaboration maybe, and also, write proposal, papers or something.
And that's great. Thank you.
A practical question. So it's emailing the task group chair. I think it's on the website. You see who's the chair, and then you can email it. Is that the best way to do it? Okay.
Yeah, there's also a get in touch button within every task group page, so you can go to the official website and go to the get in touch, and then you send your CV and a few information so people know if they want allow you to join or not.
Okay.
Thank you.
What we can do as a young members group, we can facilitate. I mean, this is of course an online application. Then if you don't reach out, I mean, you don't receive any kind of response, let's say in 1 month, Our job could be to facilitate your access to the commission, talking directly with the secretary, David Fernandez Ordonez, which is always happy to help young people to join the commission. And then in this case, this is what we usually do as also nationally as a young members group. We facilitate the access of people in the task groups.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. But I think if I want to join a task group, I don't want to press the get in touch button and wait 1 month. And then if nothing happens, I go to the young members group. Maybe it's idea to just immediately do it with the young members group. We can think of ways to do that. Because I also heard questions like today, how can I join the board of the young members group? Or how do I join a task group? I was thinking maybe if someone just joins the group when they become member, we can write them in some communication way, maybe an email, some common questions. How do I join the board? And then give some explanation. I want to join a task group. How can the YMG help me? Stuff like that. Then I would like to go to the next question because of the time. So the next question is, do you have ideas for initiatives that can support the objectives of the YMG that was shown by Marta and Marcelo?
Yes, this international competition, I think, is a good idea. With the countries representing, I think it's nice.
What is a LinkedIn group? I'm not really social, but what is a LinkedIn group? Can you create groups on LinkedIn?
Yeah, I think Italy Young Member Group has one, no? I think Austria has one. Yes.
Yeah, so you have a personal page that is yourself, but you can create groups. And you can be an administrator of the group, but then you can, it's not coupled to your own profile, but it's a group.
And
there you can post events and news, all the other options. So
and the group can be, how do you say it, blocked group. So, for example, there is one IFC group where there is lots of advertisements. So that's something we wouldn't want. So, you know.
Yeah.
Not that, because I didn't know about this, but definitely it could be useful. Yes.
I'm still typing one answer, and after that we proceed. Join board.
Yeah.
Okay, so we already got quite some responses, not from everyone, but 6. Some were discussed before. I see a mentoring program. There's something new that was not mentioned before. Some elaboration on that? How do you envision the mentoring program? I see it 3 times actually now. Yeah.
So I remember that the FIB activated a mentoring program a few years ago. I don't know if it is still active because I couldn't find it online, but there was something activated from the senior that mentored young people. I don't know if we can do something similar because we are more or less young, so I don't know how much this could be.
But maybe a mentoring program from the young members group, they would give mentorship for us, like people from the commission task groups and.
But that would be on volunteering basis, I think, also.
Yes.
And is it one-on-one mentorship, or and then how is it? Maybe an online meeting for half an hour or an hour to discuss problems?
I think it's good to have a quick chat with David about this initiative. I'm not informed. I know that there was, because it was mentioned several times, but I don't know the details.
Yeah. And I see there's also a need for it because it has been put here 3 times on this list. So that's important. Oh.
if
Yeah.
I talked about like mentorship, not mentoring, so it's quite. I don't know if it's the same, but like for me, it's more of like for each young member attributing and someone who's like already in the association to guide him through maybe I don't know, professional issues he's having, or like helping him being more active on the group and guiding him in his work, or I don't know, like in general.
Yeah, so I do think that there's a slight difference then. Yeah, that is the one you meant is mentoring within the young members group. So how can you grow in the young members group? And the other one is more, yeah, in FIB and in your research and in your career. Yeah. All right. We have quite a few good inputs. Then on this part, we can also vote. We can choose top 3. So only choose out of the list you see the 3 most important to you. Okay, already show some live results. I'll show on the screen everything, but I can see on my phone the results. And most of it is just
Yeah.
we don't have
I
a
could only
clear.
vote
Oh,
for the first
there,
one.
there are 2 for LinkedIn. So actually for LinkedIn there are 2 votes. Yeah. Someone said something?
No, I can only vote for the first one.
Okay.
Maybe
Well, we
you
can
vote for the
discuss
first one
later.
and you get as a top.
Yeah. But LinkedIn is one, and let's proceed. And then Marcelo in his presentation proposed a new idea, the peer circle group. Very shortly, actually. But yeah, what are your main thoughts on it? Some or comments, or maybe of questions?
Yeah, I can explain a bit more what
Yeah,
the
maybe now a
idea
good
is.
moment for Marcelo to elaborate a little bit more on the peer circle.
Yeah, the idea is to create is special like smaller groups within the FIB, within the young members group, so people with same interested would join and well collaborate on the research topic or what they do in design, what something that people with similar interests would join, not a general meeting of the young members group, something that would be more like for a smaller group. It has to be elaborated how this would happen. So maybe suggestions for that would be nice as well. But the idea is to have this collaboration of similar topics.
I see that you're limited on the number of words, but I think it's yeah, also a thing that we've discussed before. I think it's a good way to connect people with similar interests. So this could be one of the things that can do that. Based on commissions, see someone's very interested. And sustainability.
I think we.
So maybe someone wants to have a peer circle group for sustainability. That is very possible.
Yeah, I think the main idea is to increase the interaction between members, not only on a meeting that happens once every 3 months, or well,
okay, yeah,
to increase the networking. Yes, I think networking is key.
Networking, yeah. So it doesn't. So it could also not be related to research, but maybe for career progress, you can also do a peer circle group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I see a lot of positive things, but maybe people that were not positive about it don't put the inputs. Also possible. Due to time, I go to the next question. So, what do you like about the young members group? Why are you here? Why did you join? People like concrete.
We love concrete.
growth. I think that's also a very good one. This growth from more junior to more senior roles within FIB. Yeah. And I think we all want to learn. I also see knowledge. So that is also one of the key things to join the Young Members Group or FIB in general. Sharing knowledge. Yeah. Thanks for the input. And I think that was the last. That's the end of the poll. And that due to the time, I think I have to wrap up too. Apologies, it took a little bit more time, but I thought the discussions were interesting. I did not want to cut that off. So how do we proceed? Of this session, I will make a summary. I will share it with Yannick and also with Marcelo. And then the idea is that this can serve as an input for the live session in Antibes if you're there. But of course, I can understand not everyone is there. So also for that, if you're not going to Antibes, please share if you have additional ideas or maybe you are interested to organize something, an initiative. Please share that with us. And I was thinking, what's the best way to share? For now, we have the Young Members Group page. I see on the screenshot on the screen. And then I would propose to do it at the first discussion. I think maybe there was a typo from Marcelo, the FIP Symposium 2020 to be 25.
Yes.
But there you can share your ideas if you have extra ideas. Or maybe you'd say, I would like to organize something to do the LinkedIn page. I'm interested in to volunteer for that. Please also let us know. And I think it's not only one person that has to do one task. I think it's good to share the responsibilities. So because this is still volunteering work in general. So that was the session. Maybe someone has final thoughts or questions they want to ask.
Just a basic question. Maybe I didn't follow well, but how can we join the FIB Young Member if we're not already a part of it?
Oh, let me share this. The last time of my I thought it was taking too long, but this was the last slide for my presentation. Okay. So it's free for students, and you can go to the FIB page, and then go to the Get in Touch button here, or you can scan this QR code and go straight to the page. And for your student, the registration, the membership is free, so it's can join.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think of course this will be further developed in Antibes, but I think it's also good that Marcelo and me will analyze these results, maybe develop the vision, objective, and what we want to achieve further, and then also present it during one of the board meetings to see how we continue with this. But thank you everyone for your participation and also for your inputs. It is very valuable to us. And then I would like to end the session if that's also okay with Yannick.
Yes, for me it's okay. So thanks for the speakers and moderator. Okay, so thanks everybody.